I'm a liar. I'm a really good liar. You see, my introduction to lying was when I was a teenager. I lied about my sexuality to my parents, my teachers, and my friends. And that was during the 1970s. So imagine what it was like for people like me during World War II. They lied to survive. They lived double lives. And as great liars, they were often recruited as spies. And that's the basis of my feature script, Major Hacker's War. New Year's Eve, 1943, Mike Hacker turns up at a church hall where he's been invited to play trumpet to a local crowd of British and American soldiers. Offstage, he's the resolute soldier. The military is his life. On stage, he loses himself in his music. Now, that night, his lover, Flight Lieutenant Fairbairn, turns up and Mike gets caught in his arms by Captain Hannah James and her fiancé. Mike pulls a gun on Fairbairn and accuses the charmer of sexual harassment. Fairbairn loses his stripes and is thrown in the cooler. Mike walks away unscathed. A few weeks later, the Allies discover that the Nazi butcher of the French resistance, who's using information from a mole, is gay. So they ask Closet Case Mike, alongside spy trainer Hannah, to recruit and train World War II's first queer spy unit. Their cover as singer Darlene Hardy's band, their objective to infiltrate Nazi Leinenbach's lair, identify the mole and neutralize them so the resistance can rebuild and cut off the Nazis' supply lines before D-Day. Hannah and Mike recruit their team. Cajun sharpshooter Trent, Wiley, a Welshman with part African heritage who's a female impersonator, and Polish Jew and outdoor survivor, Malowitz. But Hannah demands that they complete the unit with a charmer who can seduce their target, and despite Mike's protestations, includes Fairbairn. In a remote part of Scotland, training ends in disarray when Mike and Fairbairn come to blows. But when the mission is moved forward, Mike offers to lead the unit. Shortly after they get to France, Leinenbach takes a liking to Mike, and Operation Pink Beret's success now depends on Mike coming to terms with his sexuality and admitting he's sorry for once deserting Fairbairn, while the resistance, the locals, and the Nazis close in. Now, with D-Day just days away, Mike, now a changed man, convinces Leinenbach to celebrate his birthday. The unit's mission, on which the outcome of the invasion now depends, relies on them unearthing the mole at this lavish event at Nazi headquarters. Inglourious Basterds meets The Imitation Game. Major Hacker's War is inspired by true stories of the bravery of LGBTQ+ people during World War II, and proof that gay men and women made the best spies.